I got my own little heater up there. It's just like I'm getting a wave of heat every now and then. I'm like, what the heck is that? It's just
Let me turn them down.
Kind of educational.
No, the fan from the projector.
Okay, we'll call the Board of Zoning Appeals regular meeting Monday, December 4th, 2017 to order at 4:59. Roll call, please, Marie.
Mr. Sarkar.
Here.
Mr. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Levine.
Here.
Mr. Lamont.
Here.
Okay, did everyone have a chance to review the minutes from the November 13th meeting?
Yes, sir.
Two of you.
Yes. Motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, do we have a second?
I guess it's me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Motion and a second.
Mr. Miller.
Yes.
Mr. Sarkar.
Yes.
Mr. Lamont.
Yes.
Okay. So those of you who will be speaking tonight, you have the very important duty of swearing you in. So if you'd raise your right hand, anyone's going to speak. You swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge. If so, answer yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So we have a bit of old business from the meeting prior, and we're not going to go through the staff report, but I will read into the record what the request was. It was a variance request for open fencing and front yard setback from 3.5 feet required to 4 feet provided for the property located at 5939 East Cobblestone Lane, Savannah Township Zoning Resolution Section 2211-A. So I think, Daryl, you may have some new information to provide.
Harold, before you begin, I'm going to have to abstain from this matter.
Thank you.
Recuse. Yes, per the board's request last month, the zoning department did some research on maximum fence height and front setbacks in some of the area communities. The board members have been provided with that. This is about as good as it's going to get.
That's fine.
So we have 3.5 feet for open fencing as the maximum height in the front setback in Savannah Township. You can see what some of the area townships have. It's about half and half between 4 feet and 3.5 feet. Providence Township does not have a height requirement, which is kind of odd. Then a couple townships in Michigan at 3.5 and 3, and then some of the nearby municipalities, 3 of them at 4 and 5 of them at 3.5, and some villages, which one's at 3.5 and then the other 3 do not allow fences in the front setback. So we are in keeping with most of the area communities, right in the ballpark. More than half of them are at 3.5 feet or less.
But it's somewhat arbitrary number, right? So there's no reason for it not to be 4 feet. Is there a benefit over 4 foot over 3.5 foot?
Not that I know of. And one thing that we're sort of unusual on is that we separate solid fencing from open fencing, where there's the 3 foot solid fencing height maximum and a 3.5 for open fencing. I couldn't find any other communities that differentiated between solid or open. The other item that the board was provided with was, at the board's request, we went out in the area of cobblestones and randomly checked 20 corner properties that had fences. 12 of them never got permits for their fences. And you can see the breakdown there of how tall they were, whether a permit was issued. There was one that was issued for 40 and then was put in at 50 inches. 5934 Rock Hill, which abuts the applicant's property to the west, They did receive a variance back in 1998 for a 48-inch high fence in the front setback. And again, like I said, there's 12 properties that did not obtain a zoning permit for the fence in the front setback.
Daryl, do you have the dates for the zoning permit issued for the 48-inch ones, 5812 Settlers Ridge? Was that recently, or was that
No, those
similar
were,
dates and times?
Those are erroneous.
5812 was in July of '01. 5909 Settlers Ridge was September of '02. 9006 Bear Creek was September of '01.
So, the other question was, did you check the applicant last month to see if was it the post that was 4 foot, or we were talking about, we didn't know if the post was 4 foot or if the fence was going to be 4 foot in the back, which was approved. There was a permit. Actually, do we know what address that is?
The applicants?
No, the neighbor.
The neighbor.
neighbor.
I think it was this one here, right? Isn't
Right,
it?
it's
this
the,
piece of paper? This was the one from.
Oh, okay. So this is. Oh,
I think this is the neighbor, right? Daryl, the one with the printout, the Daniel.
5934 Rock Hill.
Yeah, this is
Right,
this
that's
one.
48 inches.
So it is
And that would be
so
the
it is-
rail, not the post.
Yeah, so this is that's the.
So I guess, Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, I mean, how do we move forward? Can we propose that you make a resolution to change these to 48 inch? So I mean, first of all, I mean the no zoning permits issued is kind of an issue in itself, and I mean you got a couple in there, 50 and 51, but I mean the majority of this data is all 48 inches. And if there's no really a reason for it to be between 3.5 or 4 foot, why don't we just change the zoning resolution to be 48 inches?
We can do that.
Well,
No, I know we
Oh,
can't do it, but I'm just saying, can
yeah.
we
It would-
recommend a resolution to the
It would be,
trustees?
well, it'd be a text amendment to the zoning resolution, so it goes through the same process that the zone change goes through. It's a 3 to 4 month
Okay.
process. Starts out at Lucas County Plan Commission, and then the Township Zoning Commission, and then the trustees would make the.
Okay, then would that not be, so if we do recommend that, would that not be a hardship then for the applicant?
I would suggest we recess
Okay.
and then come back. Okay?
Yeah.
So we'll take a short recess.
The acting chair doesn't have
All right, so we'll call the meeting back to order at 5:12. So, through this application process, it's become known to us that we might have a few issues here from a zoning perspective, both in issuing permits and enforcement. So those are some things we're going to work on going forward through Darrell and through the county and the trustees. But if you would like to present a motion, we can
Sure,
move
Mr.
forward.
Chairman. I have a motion to approve the variance request for open fencing in a front yard setback from 3.5 feet required to 4 feet provided for the property located at 5939 East Cobblestones Lane, parcel number 79-71517, pursuant to zoning resolution section 2211A-A.
Second.
Mr. Schlechter?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Lamb?
Yes.
Sorry it took so long.
Thank you for your patience.
Yep.
Welcome back. Let the record reflect that Jason's. So we're going to move on to new business. There are two matters before the board. I'm going to read them both because they are relevant to the same parcel. First, we have a variance request on the north side landscape strip for commercial abutting residential from 30 feet required to 10 feet provided for the properties located at 5726, 5722, 5718, 5712, 5708, and 5704 West Central Avenue. Parcel numbers 78-54367, 78-54371, 78-54374, 78-54377, 78-54381, and 78-54384, pursuant to Savannah Township Zoning Regulation Section 3002. That's the first variance request. The second is for a variance for a front landscape strip on Van Fleet Parkway and Elmont Roads. Frontages from 15 feet required to 5 feet provided for the properties located at, and next time, George, can you get the parcels combined first and then come in? 5726, 5722, 5718, 5712, 5708, and 5704 West Central Avenue. Same parcel numbers, Savannah Township Zoning Regulations, Section 3001. So those are the two requests. Darrell, do you have the staff report?
The subject property consists of 6 narrow 45-foot by 145-foot lots fronting onto Central Avenue. The westernmost lot also has additional frontage on Van Fleet Parkway, and the easternmost lot has additional frontage on Elmont Road. The combined 6 lots cover just under 1 acre in area. The applicant wishes to redevelop the site for a used automobile sales lot and is requesting 3 variances. The north or rear side of the properties abuts RA zone single-family dwellings in the Lathrop Place subdivision. While zoned residential, these abutting properties are designated as transitional in the 2007 Savannah Township Land Use Plan. By this designation, the township is recognizing the shallowness of the commercial lots on the north side of Central Avenue and the probable future redevelopment of nearby residential properties into lesser commercial uses or multifamily uses. Section 3002 of the Sylvania Township Zoning Resolution requires that landscape areas shall have a minimum 30-foot depth for commercial districts abutting residentially zoned districts. A 10-foot variance to this requirement was granted by the Board of Zoning Appeals in January 2012 to allow a 20-foot setback. Additionally, the BZA approved a 5-foot variance to the front setback on major roadways requirement of 120 feet from center line of Central Avenue. The basis for the approval of these variances was that the requirements of the Sylvania Township Zoning Resolution placed a constraint upon the property owner and that commercial development of the shallow lots was impractical and thus constituted a hardship. While those variances were never acted upon, they remain in effect. The applicant today is asking for an additional 10-foot variance to further reduce the rear landscape strip to 10 feet. The applicant will meet all other requirements of Section 3002 regarding landscape and screening along the abutting residentially zoned properties. The second and third variance requests are for the front landscape strips in a commercial zone district. Section 3001 of the zoning resolution dictates a minimum 15-foot front landscape strip. As the property also fronts onto Van Fleet Parkway and Elmont Road, in addition to Central Avenue, there are 3 frontages. The applicant is requesting 10-foot variances on the Van Fleet and Elmont frontages to permit a 5-foot landscape strip. 5 feet is the minimum landscape depth required for commercial properties, not abutting residential, on the rear and sides. Staff recommends approval with condition of the requested landscape strip variances for the properties located at 5726, 5722, 5718, 5712, 5708, and 5704 West Central Avenue for the following reasons. 1, the granting of these variances is necessary due to the practical difficulty of commercial development on the shallow and narrow lots. And 2, the granting of these variances should pose no substantial detriment to the public good nor alter the intent of the zoning resolution. Staff recommends that the BZA place as a condition of approval that the applicant be required to combine the 6 subject parcels into 1 parcel. Lot combinations are processed through the Lucas County Auditor's Office.
Thank you, Darrell. Any questions from the board members?
Darrell, the only question I had, something that struck out at me, you said that they had previously requested variances, but they were not ever, they didn't do anything with those variances. Is that what I believe you mentioned in your staff report?
Oh, the 2012 one?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Was there?
I believe the intent at that time was the previous property owner was trying to sell the property and just make it more marketable. We're getting the variances in place first.
Okay, so it was a previous owner? Okay, that makes sense.
May have been a couple owners ago, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Darrell, why do you, I mean, it might be an obvious answer, but why do you want these 6 into 1 parcel? And you're not comfortable with 2 parcels, or?
Well, for one thing, they're going to put a small building on the property. So as far as if we leave it as 6 parcels, then it would have to conform to the side setbacks for that one particular little lot. If they're combined, then it just has to meet the side setbacks for the larger lot. Mostly just for the whole neatness factor.
That's right. But why 1 instead of 2? Just curious. Any reason?
No, it's just...
I have a couple other questions. I'll probably follow up on that
neatness.
question in a minute, but we can ask the applicant.
What's the downside to it, right?
Yeah.
For them, if they put it into 1 lot.
Do you have any questions, Darrell? Okay, so we'd like to invite the applicant up to speak on behalf. Sign your name and state your name for the record.
My name is George Horvitz. I'm the consulting engineer on behalf of Ballas Buick GMC, who will be the occupant of these parcels of ground. Basically, Darrell has done, in my estimation, an excellent job in reviewing this particular site. If you look all down Central Avenue from the Ottawa Hills line all the way to the interstate and beyond to Holland, Sylvania Road, all of the commercial properties in that area and the overviews and the photographs that Darrell has provided you show they've built right to the property line, whether it's a side street that's adjacent to them or the rear line is a residential line. All of them have built right to the property line. These parcels were no exception. If you remember, that particular corner on Elmont and Central Avenue was a Clark gas station. That had its improvements all the way in right to the property line itself. The former used car lot that was on the western half of this particular property is pretty evident when you look at the photograph there that they also not only went to the right-of-way line of the property at Van Fleet, but they went beyond and utilized part of the public right-of-way for parking as well. What they recognize is that some landscaping should in fact be provided. There should be a screen between the residential and what they're proposing to do is to put a new and used car sales lot on that particular site. So we have provided for landscaping on Central Avenue, on Elmont, and on Van Fleet, as well as to the north of the property. We're also proposing an 8-foot high board-on-board fence, which is required in the code to screen that particular area. Currently, there are 2 pieces of fencing, one on the property to the east that goes about to the front of the house, and the other on the west portion goes along the house itself, and then a portion of the fence that looks newer than the original fence. They put an angle on it, and the individual that owns that lot paved part of that area to put a parking location on his own lot. He's, in effect, using part of this property. That particular improvements in landscaping that we're providing will, in fact, give you somewhere in the range of around 16.5% of the lot will be utilized for landscaping. The balance of the lot then being utilized in the fashion that we're talking about. They intend on obviously putting down new pavement. We've negotiated and worked with the county engineer and ODOT to close curb cuts that were there when the Clark gas station was there, which is something that we're always interested in taking care of as access management to improve traffic. Central Avenue obviously needs that as well, and we have in fact provided to eliminate those particular cuts and provide a driveway further on back for better access and less congestion at the intersection with Central Avenue. So, in effect, we have made improvements far beyond what are on the majority of the parcels adjacent to us, and we ask for your support to be able to provide landscaping in the areas we've designated. We have the support of your zoning administration and the support of your zoning code. They obviously were aware of the fact with these instances where the properties are relatively narrow, you have very limited space that in effect you can utilize and develop. Any questions?
Is there any hardship with if we put a condition in there to make this one parcel?
No.
Provide this one parcel?
No. The only reason they were 6 lots instead of 2 lots is for when Clark Station owned it, they never combined them. When the gentleman that owned the western portion, they never combined them. It's only a matter of filing with the county auditor to put all 6 of the lots on one tax duplicate. And it makes sense since they're all going to be utilized by the same individual and it's the same business.
Okay.
So you eliminated access to Belmont Road, so you're only...
Yes, there will be
the Van Fleet?
one access to Elmont, one access to Van Fleet.
Okay. because I'm looking at this one here, and I don't know that shows access to Belmont.
It's on the northern part of the lot. The original one was located pretty close to the intersection of Central and Elmont, and we're going to close that one and move it to the north. And that was a recommendation of the county engineer's office.
Do you see that?
I do not see it on this.
No, I don't either.
It's not indicated on this site plan.
It should be.
I think that's,
I've got a large one here. Would it be on this one, George?
Pardon?
Be on this one? Large one?
see this one here.
This one is on Elmont. This one is being closed. Down here, there's one being closed.
Yeah, I
here,
see these
one
two being closed.
there. And this one is being closed. So there's one here as well.
So close to the
This will
driveway.
be the driveway at Elmont, moved to the north, but we didn't want to impact the residential driveway that comes out here, so we moved it in this location. It kind of lines up with the driveway to the restaurant that's in there. This will be maintained as the driveway and fleet, but we will be taking some of the blacktop out of this particular area and providing the sidewalk as well as landscaping in that area. So the encroachment that had occurred in the past won't happen now.
Okay.
So the one that's on Elmont's between the residential driveway and the one that exists
Correct.
today? Okay.
Thank you.
Actually, you can see it here.
Yeah,
Actually,
kind of.
I can't, now that I've seen it.
Any other persons that would like to speak on this matter?
Darrell, did you hear anything back from any of the neighbors, or?
Have you had anybody call?
I'm sorry, I guess one more question for the applicant later. Did you, have you guys discussed any of this with the neighbors, especially the neighbors that you're sharing the property line with?
No, we did not. They saw the survey crew out there, and remarkably, nobody came and asked, what are we doing? And when Darrell and I met out there, we weren't encountered by any of the people. And I've seen the people in their backyard or front yard when I've been out there investigating things. So,
Okay. Well, I would imagine this would be a benefit for them as well, so.
pardon?
With the landscaping going down, this would be a benefit to them as well, so.
Yeah, the fencing will be placed by the property line, and the landscaping will be on the resident side of the landscaping.
Okay.
And you said this is for new and used car?
That's
like
correct.
The sales or just storage of the cars?
Sale.
Oh, and so where's is the building on the map? Where's the building going?
Yeah, that was my
Yeah,
bad.
it's,
It's a small kiosk building.
it's along the top in the middle. It's a small,
So like up here?
Oh, wow, that's...
Oh, very
Yeah,
small.
yeah.
building, okay.
The building that shows on that plan was the former building for the former used car lot. That is removed, it's gone now, and a smaller unit will be placed on it, more like a kiosk,
Okay.
for the building for sale.
Okay. Any other questions? No questions. Do you have a proposed motion?
Yeah, I'll do it. Oh, jeez.
Do them separately.
I'll make a motion for the variance request on the north side of landscape strip for commercial abutting residential from 30 feet required to 10 foot provided for the properties located at 5726, 5722, 5718, 5712, 5708, and 5704 West Central Avenue. Parcel numbers mentioned before, according to Sylvania Township Zoning Resolution, Section 3002. Should I put the condition on both of these individually?
You can.
With the condition of combining all 6 parcels into one parcel with the county auditors. Can we do them together? We want to vote on these together?
I can second that.
Separate.
I can second that motion.
Who seconded it?
I did.
Okay. Mr. Schlechter?
Yes.
Mr. Levine?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. O'Lonnell?
Yes.
Who wants to do the second one?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
There you
go.
Variance request for a front landscape strip on Van Fleet Parkway and Elmont Road. Frontages from 15 feet required to 5 feet, provided for the properties located at 5726, 5722, 5718, 5712, 5708, and 5704 West Central Avenue. Parcel numbers mentioned earlier, STCR Section 3001. Additionally, with the condition of combining the 6 parcels.
Second.
Okay. Mr. O'Lonnell?
Yes.
Mr. Schlechter?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Levine?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Pass. Thank you.
Move to adjourn?
Any other?
No. Sorry.
Okay.
Good job
Who's gonna
today.
move? He moved.
I second.
Second. Laurel Hardy show over here.
Yeah.
Mr. Levine?
Yes.
Mr. Schlechter?
Yes.
Mr. O'Lonnell?
Yep.
Mr. Miller?
Yes. Good job.
Good job, Mr. Chairman.
Standing oh, yeah.
I was
This is all work there.
self-service.
I know.